I was on the city council when IDEM came after us about the separated sewer, and we entered into the agreed upon judgment. Initially, everybody was kind of in shock at the dollar amount that it was going to come in at.
And the state put a lot of state mandates on us. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to make sure that the things that we have to do, that we can do it now. We have a lot of people now moving into our community, and we knew that this change of population was coming, so we had to be prepared, and Commonwealth gave us a lot of suggestions.
Crown Point Wastewater treatment plant, they were able to look at what their new processes were going to be, and they implemented some extra energy efficiency measures that allowed them to earn and be qualified for an incentive. They didn't leave any money on the table so that they could make this project affordable as possible and not have to pass along more fees and charges to the residents.
Working with Commonwealth, we're taking care of problems, we're ahead of schedule, and we're well below budget.
Redone some sewers in town, lined some manholes and sewers to get rid of the I&I. At the plant, we've increased our pond capacity.
This is where the old filters were located. We demoed those out of this building and enclosed the openings where the old filters were removed. Then we removed the grading from the floor, poured a new concrete slab in here. These are the controls for the new filters that we set. This is a new section of the building that we added on. This is where the new filters are located. These particular filters are a lot different than the ones that we had originally. There's no media in these filters, and they're a whole lot user-friendly than the ones we had before. If you look inside these filters, they're discs. These discs are what remove the particles that's coming into the influent, clear the water, so when it goes out the effluent channel and drops into the UV, which would be the last process, when the filament on the disc gets debris on them, they're set up to cycle and backwash at certain different periods of time. Now there's also a way in each channel to control the flow that's coming into each filter. These things are set and left alone as the process takes place. It's when the influent line comes into the building to run through the filters, and this line we installed, it takes a track from this point of the building, comes across the parking lot here. This used to be what was called an old surge tank. What we did was we laid through that surge tank and tied into that line to direct it into the new filter building, and then we poured a 12-inch slab on top of that. As you can see here, we have our new parking lot that we've placed new asphalt in. We also built a new digester pump building. We have put another couple pumps in here to help with the process. Inside the digester, we put a new mixing system in. Okay, now we're entering the new digester pump building. This is the new sludge mixing pump. And this here is the new sludge transfer pump that transfers the sludge from the digester into the sludge process building. And another part of this project was to do some work here on the sludge process building. We've had some settlement issues with the building settling, so we reinforced the structure. Inside, where we had mortar joints that were cracked and separated in the block, we installed stainless steel plates to help support those deficient areas. Also inside the building, there's located a new sludge thickener and a sludge press. That way they draw the moisture out of the sludge. Sludge is coming out of that building, running up this conveyor, it drops off inside this enclosure and lays there and dries out, and eventually haul this off for different processes.
Commonwealth put us on kind of a cutting edge track for how we operate.
We're way ahead of a lot of communities on this water separation thing.
Well, you could see the improvements around the city. I mean, you can talk to the citizens and they've been noticing the less stormwater flow, you know, and the cost savings.
We've come in under cost, ahead of schedule. We've increased capacity, and we're complying with what the state wants. And it's really been a good cooperative effort, and a lot of that has been the result of working with Commonwealth.